Hi everyone, welcome. It's Kill Shot Sunday, not so jaded. Woo! Hi guys, welcome to Not So Jaded. My name is Jade. I'm gonna get Michelle on real quick. Just hang on with me. I'm hoping you're having an amazing Sunday. All right, let me get Michelle on. Wish me luck. Okay. Invite. I hope you guys all had a wonderful week. Mine went very, very fast. I hope you guys got through all your leftover turkeys and had a great week. It's really shocking how quick the week passes and how much we try to avoid that fake fool's gold. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's try and get Michelle on. Okay. Allow viewers to request. Let's see. Some days it's pretty easy and some days it's a little more challenging getting Michelle on. But today, why we are saying it is Kill Shot Sunday. That's because today is actually my 1-year anniversary of being out of a narcissistic, abusive relationship, and that's what we talk about here. Oh, Michelle's ready. Let's see if she can get here. Approve. All right, let's see. Says that she's coming on. Yay! So again, welcome to Not So Jaded. There she is.
Hey, hey, hey!
Welcome.
Happy Sunday!
What kind of Sunday is today? Today is
Kill
Kill
Shot
Shot
Sunday!
Sunday.
Look, get ready. She has the gun cocked and ready to go.
Thank you. Yes, I
Okay.
do. Not willingly, but it was imposed on me. But yes,
Yes.
today, I told Michelle yesterday was my official 1-year anniversary of being out and no longer being a victim. And now we're trying to survive and recover. Right, Michelle?
That's right.
Didn't I tell you earlier? There's so many D's and R's when it comes to recovering. Deconstruct, decondition, rebuild,
Reconstruct,
recover.
reclaim, okay? All the reads.
All the
Redo,
right?
re-over.
Let's get all the D's out of there and get the Re's in, okay?
Yeah,
So
everything.
again, everybody, welcome to Not So Jaded. Today is Sunday, December 7th, Kill Shot Day, Kill Shot Sunday. So as you can imagine, it was a little treacherous this week because after being out for so long, you kind of start understanding and realizing what happened to you. And some people don't. I'm a year out, and some people are still struggling to figure out what happened. But before we go, Michelle, let's see where you at and tell us a little bit more about you. And guess what, Michelle? Like I always say, Michelle's always into something, going somewhere, doing something. She's always out, promoting and exposing narcissism and also encouraging and motivating us and also getting our confidence up there. But Michelle has a really good confidence booster today because she just won something this past week. What would that be, Michelle?
Oh, we'll see. Like I had to stop and pause because I mean you pumped me up so well. I'm like, okay, what? Just keep it coming, keep it coming. So yes, well, one, thank you for having me, your co-host Michelle Clarkson for the Not So Jaded show, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. Speaker, motivational speaker, life coach, but more importantly, domestic abuse survivor. So that's why I can drop my meaningful moments of power on you all as we talk about narcissistic abuse, because all abusers are narcissists.
You got that right.
And the thing that I won this week that you had to remind me of, so at my gym in November, we had a challenge, No Waste November. Whoever lost the most inches off their waist.
Yes.
Your girl, 4 inches in a month. 1, 2, 3, 4 people in a month. Yes.
That's amazing. And that's what I love about you, Michelle. You not only talk the talk, but you walk the talk.
That's right. I live this stuff.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yes. Yes. And it wasn't even about the goal and winning the $300. It was the mindset.
And
Okay.
that's
That's
exactly,
it.
and you know, that's kind of reminds me of what we talked about this past week. We said, you know, sometimes people don't see the hard work you're putting in behind closed doors when no one's watching, but guess what, it's gonna show. It's gonna, your light is gonna shine through your light, and look, it shine through you what you're doing. You don't have to tell anybody who you are. It will shine through who you are, your character, you
This
know.
little light of mine.
I'm gonna, let's sing it. I'm gonna let it shine, this
Okay.
little light of
Light of
mine.
mine. Okay.
I'm
We
gonna
just took
let
you out
it
of
shine.
church for a minute.
Right,
Okay.
right. But now I want to get to the don't let the devil it out.
Okay. That's right. We're
And
here
he
to blow
did.
him out. Yes. We're here to
Girl,
blow the devil out. Okay.
girl. He
Yes.
tried. He tried to bring me down, honey.
But he didn't
When
succeed. He
nope,
tried it, but he didn't succeed because you are
girl.
still here. You are still standing. And that's why you have this Not So Jaded show.
And today's Kill
Okay.
shot Sunday. It didn't take me out, yo. You thought it
Okay.
was.
There it
You
is.
wanted it to break me. That's why I
And she
call
is
it Kill
still
Shot
here.
Sunday. And
Yes.
we're gonna talk about it this Sunday. We're gonna
I'm
talk about
excited.
it today. But yeah, it's
I'm
already
excited.
6:07. But yeah, Michelle and I, you know, we have teamed up together just to let you guys know a little bit what we do and what our platform is. Michelle already said what hers is that for us to expose narcissism, teach healing, teach the red flags, of course, the blueprints, and also the pattern of narcissism. More, even more important, I think, the red flags and who is more at risk. But even more important than that, Michelle and I believe that, you know, saving lives by doing what we're doing is important. And that's exactly what we do here at Not So Jaded Show. So
That's
come
right.
on in and get some.
Awareness and education.
That's
This is what
right.
you get here. Okay. Nobody's
Come on in.
mad and, like we haven't got over things. My abuse happened. I can't even tell you how long ago it was. But once something like that happens to you, you're forever changed.
You're
You are
fine.
forever changed.
It's fine.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Yes. And
And
so if you can help one person avoid that
yes,
or get out of it before it gets to that, then we've done our job.
that's all that matters, is that we do our part
That's it.
by educating it. Because, you know, just like we talked about earlier, this isn't about just this isn't a normal breakup.
No.
Okay, this is not, oh, the relationship ended badly. No, this is not just any other breakup, because this is not a healthy person we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This is a person that operates under deception, dishonesty, lies, and cheating. The list goes on. Let's not
Mm-hmm.
even throw in gaslighting, love bombing, breadcrumbing, triangulation, guilt, blame, blame
All of that.
shifting. Let's not
Mm-hmm.
even. But
Yes.
we're not, when Michelle and I'm talking about um, narcissistic abuse, narcissism, and coercive abuse, this is not normal, people. This is not a normal relationship, and this is not a normal breakup. Like I've heard before, on Facebook, actually, one of the very popular content creators, he said, um, if discard and abandonment is not in play, you're not talking about a narcissist.
Absolutely. Yep.
And he's right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the end game, y'all.
Yep.
So I want you to know, when Michelle and I'm talking about this is not a normal relationship. This is not just a bad breakup. This is people that actually came out and traumatized us, did things intentionally to us, and we were in a psychological warfare without knowing it.
Yep.
That's the bad and hardest thing to believe and understand.
Yes.
So tonight we're going to talk about the kill shot and who shot
Okay.
it. So, you know, um, I just wanted today a little bit also go into my story a little bit, Michelle, and let people know, you know, I'm in my 50s. Kind of,
And what's that mean? 50 and fabulous is all I'm saying. Like, okay.
I need
What?
glasses. I need glasses. Okay.
Hey, don't make
And
me pull out the readers. They're always right here and ready.
right?
No.
I'm not gonna show you mine. You ain't gonna try me like that.
Okay.
No, I'm really not. No. And I'm from South Africa. I moved here when I was 15 years old with my parents and five siblings. My mom and dad decided they're gonna have seven kids.
They
No
said
TV,
family.
honey. No TV. Okay. And my mom and dad were married for 38 years. Okay. And my mom passed away many, many years ago. I think 35, 40 years ago, my mom passed away. So I was very young when my mom passed away. And so we moved to America. It was my dad's dream. My dad's dream come true. Okay. And he brought his children here after working very hard. Now, my dad was a pastor. A lot of people don't know that.
PK. He's a PK, y'all.
And I think that's why my heart is where it is for the people, that something like this should never happen to anybody. You should not be this high level of trauma to your neurological and your nervous system should never be allowed to happen. Where someone is trying to break you psychologically and emotionally should be illegal. And it is illegal in some states, and definitely in the UK it is definitely illegal coercive abuse. Now, again, it's invisible. And that is exactly what the predators are looking for. They know there's a blind spot in the legal system. So why would they not exploit it? They know it's invisible, but they know what do count. They do know what works. Bruises is evidence. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Videotape is evidence. And they're never going to believe that. So you was a son of a bitch. That's it. That's how
Yeah,
they.
there it is.
So he was just yes, he was a bad man. He's a bad person. There's nothing you can do about it. No, this is not one incident. This is a pattern. Coercive abuse is not one incident. It's a pattern. And it happens from the get-go. Like we talked about in the very beginning. What do? They love bomb you. They target you. They already examine and know exactly what they want you for. You've been
Yeah.
targeted. So, and
Because you're
before
so
the,
sweet and you're so empathetic and caring and
yeah,
all of those
your
things.
soulmate.
But guess what? I'm really not all those things. Truth
No,
be told.
no.
Yeah. So that's just
So
the
that's
thing. You give them the good, the best of you, and they rob you of
oh my God. Absolutely.
that.
You give the best because you know why you're giving the best. Because they make you believe it's you are the problem in the whole relationship, and you are the one that is causing all the problems. So what do you believe? That you are to blame. You start taking on that guilt and you start thinking, maybe it is me. Why did I question him? Why did I say anything to him? He's probably right about this. He's done this before.
Mhm.
He's older than me. Why didn't I trust him? I should trust him about this. Yes, you give them your best and they suck you dry. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. We're not talking about a normal relationship.
Mhm.
This is not a normal breakup.
Okay, because it'll be a normal ending if it was a normal
Okay?
relationship.
I'd be on a date. I'd be
See, I almost. Okay,
any
she said
empaths
she'd
out
be on a
there.
date, y'all.
Any empaths out there. I'm only gonna date an empath.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
That's where
I'm
I
an
draw the
empath.
line.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I am a empath to a T. And there's
So,
nothing wrong with being an empath. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a person
well,
that has a
we're
heart and is caring and all of that?
right. We're
So,
engineered. We're emotionally engineered to care and be a fixer. And
yeah.
they are engineered to be destructive.
To care, to
That's
be a fixer, to make you feel like the most important person in the world. So that's why in that love bombing phase, yes, you're being love bombed, but you don't realize you're also love bombing them because they're getting a feeling that they haven't experienced from someone probably in a very, very long time.
being genuine, you mean?
Hmm.
Someone being genuine?
Someone being genuine, and them feeling that you truly care.
And that is called high quality supply.
Hmm.
And then they go to the next one, and that supply is not as good as you. That's not as high supply. So what do they do to that one? They are mean as
And
hell, honey. They are
for the
mean as
discard, so
hell.
they can come back and get you off the shelf.
Mm-mm. Good luck.
Okay.
Not today.
Right.
Not today.
Or
So let
ever.
me go on real quick about my story. So yeah, my parents immigrated from South Africa. I was 15 years old. My parents, five of us came of my siblings came over here. We moved to Ohio. My daddy moved us to Ohio after we lived in a tropical country. Yes, he did. And we were freezing our butts off. We never been cold like
The
that in our
Buckeyes.
lives. Okay.
Mhm.
And my dad did not understand that you have to like scrape the snow off the windshield. He threw hot water on that sucker.
Oh, well, that made it worse.
Well, we didn't know. We were new to
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
So, so anyways, and then I went to nursing school. Later on, I graduated, went to nursing school, and I became a nurse. And then I got married, and then I had two children. And then I raised my kids by myself. I was a single mother for about 18 years before I met him. And pastor's daughter, raised my children in the church. You know, for probably 18 years, we went to the same church. And nothing, like I said, would have prepared me for narcissistic abuse. I had a child with a disability with 32 surgeries. I overcame that. And that was a hardship that no mother should go through. Okay, not 32 surgeries. Okay, and but I made it through, and I said, oh my gosh, my kids are out the house. I'm an empty nester. I'm saying, let me reclaim some of my years, and
Stella
I'm
said,
saying,
let me get my groove back.
Stella did.
Okay.
Stella met a narcissist.
Uh,
She did.
Stella said,
So
oh.
it's what they do, like I said, the kill shot, it is a orchestrated, strategic, planned outcome that he wanted. And it escalated in legal weaponization and also psychological warfare. I never knew that someone could plot and be so strategic, so premeditated. I never knew that when this all happened, guys, I just couldn't believe that someone could weaponize the words, I love you. Because the words, I love you, in a normal relationship carries weight. When you about to
Yeah,
break up,
normal relationship in any relationship.
yeah. Oh, hi, Tyler.
Like, who makes that up? Hey, Tyler.
Hey, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for being here and joining us. Um, yeah, that's a normal relationship. But these guys, they not out for a normal relationship. I don't. They want to come and take all your goodness and everything that you've worked for because they envy that. And so guess what they do? They try and extract it from you by minimizing you, making you feel small, making you feel unheard, making you feel unloved, and playing mental games with you. Because guess what? You don't even know you in a psychological warfare with them. You have no idea. So y'all know how people say sex, lies, and videotape, honey? Yeah, that's for the normal, healthy people that break up, okay? For a narcissist in a narcissistic
No,
relationship, no, honey, you have sex, lies, videotape, eviction, felony, jail, legal weaponization, institutional weaponization, psychological warfare. Oh, sex, money. I don't know. The list goes. See what I mean about?
everything.
That's not
Okay.
a normal. That's not normal. That's not a that that's why I keep saying and trying to make people understand when they say, well, why didn't you just leave? Why didn't you get out of it? No, it's way deeper than that. These people are like a freaking parasite in your brain and they change your chemistry and they condition you and they groom you. And who knew that could exist?
Absolutely.
Now, Michelle and I talked about this before, and I'm not afraid to say it because I know. I know what I know, what I know, what I know. Okay. That's why I'm here. Okay. When I told Michelle and I told you guys viewers before, when I saw those black eyes and I saw that smile after the eviction notice, and I said to him, why did you do that to me? Why didn't you tell me about it? And that's the response I got. I knew to run because that wasn't normal. And like I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but let's keep it going.
Hey,
All right.
Elijah.
Hi, Elijah. Welcome. I did see him pop up there. I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah. Hi. So, the anniversary kill shot. And you guys, like I said before, I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to make it through. He orchestrated this in such a fashion that it was rapid insults at a frequent cycle. All at once, boom, 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 shock, to my nervous system. And he did that with intention and strategy. And why? To destabilize me. So I had to think to myself for the past year, and this is one of the biggest things I had to struggle with, is why would someone send you messages, send me a sexy pic, asking for sex, sleeping with you that night, saying I love you, cuddle, hold hands, sleep together, in the morning, kiss me goodbye. Now, like we talked about before, this is all safety seating. I did not know that. He gave me a false sense of security, a false sense of safety, thinking, wow, this is nice. This is a really nice closure. But no, we now know that that is safety seating. So here's my question. Why would anyone do that to you? And 24 hours later, they give you an eviction notice. Why would anyone sleep with you? Why would anyone say, I love you? Why would anyone do that knowing that an eviction notice is coming for you?
Well, one, because they don't love you. Let's start there. And two, clearly you have to be crazy. Oh, or you're a narcissist. So,
Ding, 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 ding.
yeah. But that's what it
Absolutely.
is. Your
Not,
feelings don't matter. So that's the thing.
no.
You asking that question, that's
Mhm,
coming
mhm.
from a normal person.
Yeah.
But their mind doesn't think like that because they don't have feelings that they really, well, they have feelings. Theirs are important, yours aren't. So that's how somebody could do that because your feelings don't matter.
No.
And like I said, to start it off with, because they don't even love you. So that's how they could do that.
No, you're there for them to use you and
Yes.
what they can get out of you.
It makes them
So,
feel good.
oh yeah, it's all about them.
Hmm.
So my what I came up with, and I had to fight with this and wrestle with this and research this and go to counseling for this and find therapy and so much processing to figure out who would do that. Because we know normal people don't do that, okay? A normal person doesn't tell you they love you and then give you an eviction notice. That is entitlement, arrogance, just pure evil. No one does that.
Or
So
they don't tell you they love you and ignore you, or they don't tell you they love you and put your hand. It's all the same patterns.
that's the thing. It's all the same
Hmm.
pattern. It's the same blueprint. It's the
Yes.
same playbook. And once you
Hmm.
start learning it and recognizing it, it's easier to catch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So here's the four reasons I came up with why someone would tell you and safety seed you with sex and intimacy and connection 24 hours before serving you with an eviction notice and subsequently a felony.
When
Okay.
the bomb
So
drops.
yeah, your kill shot Sunday.
Mhm.
I figured it out, boo boo. Okay.
Okay. It's like, look out.
I figured out what you had done did
Okay.
because you thought I wasn't going to
Yes.
be able to, and you really tried to orchestrate and strategize for my breakdown. You wanted me to have a
Hmm.
nervous breakdown. You wanted to break me. I wasn't supposed to be here today.
But guess
Okay?
what? I
I
am.
wasn't supposed to be. One,
Hmm.
to maximize your collapse. They want to ensure and guarantee that you are going to collapse and have that nervous breakdown by safety seating you and telling you they love you, taking you off your guard, you lowering your boundaries, lowering your guard. You have no idea what's coming for you because you're still in that stage of trusting them and believing them and they have conditioned you that way. You
Yep.
don't know any better. So because they've gone through so many cycles with you of shock, abuse, safety, shock, abuse, safety, shock,
Mhm.
abuse, safety. How many cycles have you guys gone through? So again, this is not a healthy relationship. This is an abnormal pattern of a relationship. This is called abuse. This is called coercive abuse. The other one is, so yeah, they want to maximize your collapse, because guess what? That closeness is only going to cause you to fall harder, because your brain cannot process. Oh my God, he just said he loved me. We just had this beautiful conversation. We just had this beautiful night last night. And that's even what I messaged him. I said, we had such a beautiful night last night. I thought that we came to an agreement. What's what's going on? It's just shocking, because your brain is like, because that's exactly what the shock do. Your brain is going like this. You're in shock. Your body's in shock. It's called trauma. Okay?
Mhm.
Unbelievable. So all of this is to lead you up to the kill shot. The next one is destabilize your identity, the confusion, the doubt. You cannot trust your own decisions and your own perceptions in your own reality, because you depend on them, and you depend on them for your emotional stability as well. In the meantime, you have no idea that you're in the middle, and have been since the get-go, in a
Right.
psychological warfare with them. No idea. Next one, how he did it: obedience, conditioning, obedience. So how do they do that? By punishing you. Okay. Um, they want compliance.
And I'm nobody's kid. So when you just said that punishing, you see how my whole face turned up? Like, who are you punishing? I'm a grown woman.
But
Like, go
that's what,
punish your
yeah,
kids. Go play with
that's what
somebody
they
else,
do.
not me. Yeah.
And they do it
Mm-mm.
in so many horrible ways.
Oh,
They
yeah.
they'll take things away from you. It's the silent treatment. They'll take the keys away. They'll hide things from you. It's just mind.
Yeah.
They cancel stuff on you. You don't even know. They don't
Hmm.
show up somewhere. It's just the games of trying to minimize you and make you, they because it makes them feel great and wonderful and powerful, that they could do something mean and horrible and elicit compliance off of you, elicit emotion off of you, and elicit your
Yep.
cooperation.
Hmm.
So sickening. When I think about it, it just makes me sick. And this is all just to destabilize you and get you off your guard and get you off your game, so they can injure you,
Oh, yeah.
so the kill shot can come on.
Yep.
That's all it is. Unbelievable the way that these people think. But the courts don't see it. They only see an incidents. They don't see this pattern I'm talking to you about. They don't see the pattern of the abuse, the maximum collapse that they want you to have, the destabilization of your identity. The next one, condition of obedience, the punishments that they give you. Okay. For instance, for me, um, he did the eviction notice. Okay. That wasn't enough. He had to go do the felony. Okay. Saying all because I grabbed a shirt. And guess what, guys? I told the director of, oh, where did I put it? The director of the domestic violence headquarters over here at the courthouse. I told her it took me almost 3 months to believe that I did not do that bruise. And because in the beginning they seed you with fear and they make you believe that you did that. And don't forget, you've been gaslit so much that you do believe their truth is the truth. And it took me that long to unwire my nervous system. My brain said I didn't do it, but my nervous system said, yes, I did. Check that out.
Mhm. So that's what happens.
Check that out. So I posted this very same thing last night, and you can see the yellow wing here. And if you see here, there's this line. See this line? That line has scabs on it. And I believed I did that bruise. Yellowing in a bruise is, I know this as a nurse. Yellowing is a healing stage. Your bruise is now in a healing stage. That bruise is supposed to be less than 24 hours old. You don't scab in 24 hours, but that bruise is what got me a felony, a fictitious bruise, a bruise that I never did. But like I said, it took me that long to figure out I did not do that. And that's the power of gaslighting. So imagine if you're in a relationship right now with someone that is abusing you, that is distorting your reality, that is destabilizing you. Can you imagine all the lies you believe in right now? You know, Michelle and I have been out for a while now, me a year. And Michelle, tell them about clarity, Michelle.
Clarity is the death of manipulation.
Absolutely.
Every
And
time.
and it takes time to get there, but guys, once you get there, pop, pop, pop,
It's
pop,
over.
light bulbs, light
Game
bulbs,
over.
light bulbs, game
Yeah.
over. And then you see that person behind that mask, who he really truly is. But even worse is the betrayals, man. The betrayals post relationship, and when you figure out what happened to you, and then you figure out all the betrayals, all the lies, all the cheating, and it's just heartbreaking, you know. And that is something that I have to think about, why and how I did that. Not only, like I said, all these steps that they did, maximize my collapse, destabilize my identity, condition obedience, and then rewriting the story, just like I showed you that picture. He rewrote the narrative to fit his story and his agenda. But I have to think to myself, how did this happen? Yeah, I know how he did it, but how did I let it happen? Okay? And you have to ask yourself that. How did
Oh,
I
yeah.
allow it to happen? But there's many reasons how and why.
Mhm.
But one of the main ones is, okay, how he could safety seed me 24 hours before the eviction notice and tell me he loves me. Because guess what? If you don't know, this is what I say. I say he knew my Swiss cheese. He knew my
Okay.
Swiss cheese, baby. He
Mhm.
knew your love language.
Mhm.
He knew what works and what doesn't work, what button to push and what doesn't. He knew my Swiss cheese, okay? And like I said
Yep.
before, this beautiful slice of Swiss cheese here got all the holes in it, and here they come, and they
Like
patch all that
me.
up, patch all the holes up for you, and woo, y'all happy. You're in your
Mhm.
love bombing stage, y'all in love, it's your soulmate. You cannot believe how y'all yin yang together like mesh. Wow. No, he's marrying you. It's everything that you wanted. Absolutely. And so I had to ask myself, how did that happen? That's because he came and he patched up those Swiss cheese, and he knew that my love language is words of affirmation. All you have to do is tell me you love me.
Okay. They were like, oh.
Your actions don't have to match. That's like afterthought for me. Like, what this? I don't understand. He said he loved me.
Yeah. Okay. But then treating me this way.
So, do you understand, guys, how important it is to know what your love language is? Because that is a vulnerability. Because they will capitalize on it and they will weaponize it against you. Look what happened to me. I'm a prime example. He weaponized my love language, which is words of affirmation. He made me feel secure the night before the kill shot. He made me feel connected to him. He made me feel like we're going to be okay afterwards. And even before that, he was also safety seating me. Like I told you, Michelle, and I showed you guys the card he gave me 5 days
Mhm.
before he went to go file for the eviction notice. He gave me a beautiful card. I cried when he gave it to me. The night before he went to go and file for the eviction notice, he told me 12 times that night. He came back from Virginia. He told me 12 times that night he loved me. And I was like, wow. Why would he say it so many times? He's never said it so many times.
He was up to something.
But you see, you just so you so indoctrinated in what they have conditioned you to be and what you conditioned to come. So the last thing I want to talk about, and then we're going to have give Michelle a chance to talk, is that what happens to your body after shock abuse. So obviously it's going to affect your neurological system. Okay. And that is how and why you have a nervous breakdown after all of those shock attacks to your nervous system in a rapid succession, and the frequency is rapid. Okay. So first thing that will happen is shock paralysis. Your brain cannot figure it out. You don't understand how and why it happened. You're in trauma, you're in shock. You're angry, you're yelling, you're screaming, you're sleeping. You're not brushing your teeth. Okay?
Oh,
you you are in brain collapse, okay? You are not doing well. You are in a state of shock because someone has exploited you and trapped you. Like, for me, that entrapment of telling me I love you 24 hours is the highest betrayal that you can ever find. And what they do, like I said, all of these things that they do, all the seeding they do, is to make sure you collapse. And I hope if you remember nothing else I say tonight, please know that they will orchestrate this. They calculate it, they premeditate it. They're going to make sure that you feel safe, that you have no idea what's coming for you. And then the kill shot. And then the collapse. And then the trauma. And then you just don't know what happened, and you're trying for the life of you to figure out what happened. So your body goes into shock, collapse, and shock paralysis, and then your brain goes into collapse as well because it cannot rewire, and it's just in shock, and it cannot figure out what is happening. And you're living in this cloudiness and fogginess. You can't make any sense out of it. You can't even make sentences. Your sentences are fragmented. When you're telling people what happened, you really cannot get the correct words out because you don't understand. You've just been in a psychological warfare, and you still are, and your brain is just not wired. And so you confused and you foggy, and you believe you did this and you believe you did that and you don't remember that. And it's just a place you never want to be. It really isn't. And anybody that's been there, you know it. Then trauma conditioning. You've been groomed to believe that you're the problem. You've been groomed to believe, that you're to blame. They constantly blame shifting you, guilty. You feel guilty about stuff you never even did. You feel
mm.
guilty about you run circles around them and you still feel guilty.
You spend more time trying to figure out, did I do that? Did I say that? Or maybe it is my fault. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? You run circles around them and it's still not enough. It will never be enough. If
No.
y'all think you can love that man to be a good person, you're setting yourself up for failure. Absolutely. Because the more you do for them, the less they respect you. You trying to love them is going to cost you. You trying to see the best in them is going to cost you. You trying to see the better person in them, you're going to pay because it's just a game and a trap. They don't love you, honey. It's a mask. And they can have
Mm.
excuses why they acting this way or that way. Those are excuses. It's a pattern. Start looking for patterns. All right? Please. It's simple. All right. And then we have, of course, like I said, your fragmented self. You've been abused, and they've just used up all your goodness, and you just cannot. You're trying to put your values back together, and who you are back together, and your identity back together, and actually believing that you're a good person because they made you believe that you're a bad person, and they wanted you to believe that you're the problem. And for you to be able to unwire that takes a long time and a lot. Psychological warfare, y'all, and psychological terrorism, y'all have no idea. Unless you've been there, you get it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Absolutely. It's terrifying. It's terrifying how someone can hijack your brain and make you believe that you did something that you did not do. And, you know, the CIA uses it. It's called Kubark, and we all know about DARVO, denial, attack, reverse, the blame, These people really exist, There's men and women, not just men, like Michelle always says, it's men and women that do that. But Michelle, now that we understand that this is not a normal relationship, and these people, they operate by weaponizing your goodness, weaponizing your love, weaponizing your forgiveness, your loyalty, your commitment. And not only that, then they start seeding you to believe and give you false security and false love. And
Yes.
Michelle, because we know that, do you have any advice how to get through the holidays and not get seeded?
Well, not getting seated through the holidays or just any time period. And, the one
Yes.
thing, like when we talk about narcissistic abuse, and especially with you sharing your story and everything, and me talking about domestic abuse, it's the abuse that happened as a result of a man. But just like you said, it could be a man, a woman, it could be your
Yeah.
mother, it could be
Yeah.
your sister, it could be a friend, it could be a boss
Yeah.
that is playing you to get extra work out of you or whatever. There's something they're dangling at the end of this carrot stick that you're trying to get to, but you're never going to get to.
Shameful.
So, that's just the one thing that when dealing with these type of people and just in life in general, it is so important to have identity of self. You
Mm.
have to know who you are. Because if you know who you are, when these things start happening, you'll be like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Like, I don't allow anyone to treat me like this. I'm not going to allow you to do this to me. And when you know who you are, it becomes easier for you to set boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
And in setting boundaries, all that means is saying no. This doesn't align, or calling somebody out on their stuff. Because when
Yeah.
you call somebody out on their stuff,
Don't do it.
and the worst way to like piss off a narcissist, just tell them no.
Say no.
That's all you got to do. Just tell them no.
That's right. Mask off.
Yeah, mask off. Because when you're telling them no, they no longer have the control. So,
Yes.
as we think about the holidays, this time of the year is always tough for so many people.
Yeah.
Whether you're someone that's dealing with coming out of a narcissistic relationship, or if you're in one,
Yeah.
or if you're in a physically abusive relationship, even if you're someone that's dealing with that, just this time of the year is the most stressful time of the
Mm.
year for anyone from a standpoint of finances.
Yes.
Everyone is scrambling around here trying to get gifts when the true meaning of the holiday is Jesus Christ and not for
Amen.
you to go broke. You know,
Yes.
there are people that are in this season of what's supposed to be Thanksgiving, happiness, joy, family, and they're
Yeah.
alone. That's the hardest thing, being alone. So when you know who you are, when these things creep up, if you are someone who has to spend the holiday by yourself, you can sit back and be thankful for the things that you do have in your life. That's why I say all the time too,
Yes.
attitude,
Attitude.
gratitude is the attitude. When you are
Yes.
thankful for all of the little things in your life, I was having a conversation with a girlfriend earlier today,
So
and I
true.
said the exact same thing. I said, when you start focusing on those small things, like this roof over my head, these clothes on my back, the fact that I'm talking to you on this phone because I got some Wi-Fi,
Yes.
there's a light that's shining
Yes.
in here, I ate today, I am speaking to you in my right mind. When you start being appreciative of those little things,
Yes.
there is nothing that I have to hang my head low about. There is nothing that I have to be sad about, because I am
Yes.
blessed just to be here and to have
Yes.
survived the things that I've gone through. And just like you said, okay, the devil tried to, no,
We
not
out.
over here. Okay, not over here. So getting through this season, the holidays, getting through just anything, it all starts with you. So you got
True.
to know who you are.
True.
And nobody is perfect. So that's another
True.
thing. We're our worst critic. I'm this, I'm that, whatever. You can, anything that you don't like, you can work on changing. I mean, it's 2025. If you even want to go out and pay for something, you can go and pay to make the change. But
Amen.
you have to make you the
Yeah.
priority
Yeah.
and not feel selfish about it. That's why, coming back to those boundaries, I have no problem saying no. And actually, I
Mhm.
love saying no, because that's how you protect your peace.
That's right. That's right.
And when you have peace, then you can sit back and you can have those moments of gratitude when you're thankful for things. You can sit back and be
Hmm.
happy with the person that you are, because you
Yes.
are standing on business and you are not allowing somebody to treat you like
Mm.
you're nothing.
Go
You're
ahead.
allowing somebody to not treat you like a doormat where they can just come and pick you up and put you down when they feel like it. I mean, who do you think I am? See,
Learn.
that is the attitude that pops
Mhm.
in when you know who you are and you start valuing yourself and loving
Yes.
you. There is nobody out here better than me. And I'm
Mm-mm.
not taking anything away from you, because you're amazing too. But, okay, but I have to know and believe
Absolutely.
special,
Amen.
because the next relationship that rolls along, if
Hmm. Hmm.
someone by chance starts to slip
Yeah.
and you start seeing those things that
Huh?
you experienced
By
before,
chance.
guess what? You have
Uh-uh.
no problem. Oh, I'm out of here.
You said
Okay?
by chance too.
Hey, I'm just saying by chance, because that's the thing. You never know who you're dealing with.
That's gonna be
That's why
anyone.
you have to be aware. Like I say it all the time, like I'm talking to my kids, be aware of your surroundings. Okay? Be aware of your
Like
surroundings,
this.
because you're right, because there may be the chance that those things pop back up. But once you've dealt with that and someone has mistreated you,
Mm.
someone has violated you,
No,
hey, there's no going back. Okay?
you'll never be the
Really,
same.
that's what I was going to say. You will never be the same. And they just don't realize it, but they have just unleashed a beast out in this world. Okay?
Exactly.
A beast that's full of power, a
Mm.
beast that's full of unshakable confidence, and a
Yes.
beast that is so aware of the tactics, the games, like, please. And I love it. I love when people think that they're running game on me. It's like, are you for real? Okay.
Right.
But guess what? You know what? I love to smile. So I'm going to smile, and
Yes.
I'm just going to be quiet, and I'm going
And
to let you
watch.
think that until you realize that you just played yourself. Okay.
Mhm.
That's how I move.
Wow.
That's how I
You
move.
go ahead, girl. You tell them what's
So,
up.
but I'm just
Mhm.
saying. So it all goes back to me, because
Yeah.
you will not play with me.
Knowing
And I
your
have
worth.
so much to be thankful for, even if I am by myself. I am not
Right.
dealing with any drama or
Peaceful.
stress. I am
Mhm.
at peace, the peace that surpasses all understanding. Okay?
Amen.
Boop, boop, boop.
Amen. Boop, boop,
Okay.
boop. And that's
Now,
what
can
I'm
we pass
saying.
the collection plate? I just took y'all to church. I just took you to church. Okay?
Girl, you
Yes.
cannot buy peace and you cannot buy mental health. Okay? It's work on your own. And like you said, be grateful
There are
for
so
the
many
little
things
things.
that break us down. There are so many things that can break us down. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be a narcissist. It could just be the fact that you're pouring into so many other people instead of yourself. Like, I think about mothers all the time. We
Yeah,
give so much of ourselves to everyone else and we put ourselves on the back burner. That
yeah,
is the biggest thing and the number one way for you to burn yourself out,
yeah.
break yourself down,
So hard.
and lose yourself. So there's
It,
so
it
many things that can happen. That's why you just got to keep you first.
and guys, it takes discipline.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, we are going to have bad days where we can't get up or we don't want to do anything, we don't have that motivation, but you have to keep pushing. And like I told you, this is why I love listening to Michelle every day. Every morning she has a reel ready for you to listen to, and guess what, it helps rewire the damage that is done to you neurologically, because your brain is so used to being in flight or fight mode, and your body is still trying to heal from that, and your brain is still in that shake mode where it's still so unstable and destabilized. So that's why you need that input to help unwire all the damage that was done. And, I was talking to Michelle earlier tonight, and what we were saying is that this is a question that a lot of survivors ask, and it's a legitimate question, you know, and a lot of us are saying, are we ever going to get back to who we were? And so the question is, how long is it going to take us to recover from coercive abuse or narcissistic abuse? Because, like I said, this is high level trauma. And the truthful answer is, how long is it going to take you? It's honestly, and I've done research on this, and everybody's different, but it can take anywhere from a year and a half to 5 years to heal from what they have done to you. Now, that takes a lot of discipline, a lot of work. This is why Michelle and I do this every Sunday, is to bring you guys education, expose narcissism, learn the red flags, and learn how to heal. That's why I love Michelle when she comes on, because she gives you that insight on how to heal and how to accelerate your healing. And also, that's why I also have written a workbook to help you and I accelerate our healing, because I wish I had that book myself. Like I said, it's a trauma informed book, and it's going to accelerate your healing. So that is a question that a lot of survivors ask. How long is it going to take?
Mhm.
It takes a
And
lot
one
of
thing
work.
with that too is with you saying the year and a half to 5 years. Now that
Yeah.
doesn't mean within that time period that there's no happiness and joy that comes back to your life.
No, no.
It
And I'm
just means the process of healing and going through everything.
absolutely,
And everyone is different, and it
that's right.
depends on what you experienced in the abuse that you suffered.
Mhm.
Because, in my case, I dealt with someone who was physically abusive and a narcissist. Because,
Mm,
like I said, all abusers are narcissists.
no,
So, that mental aspect
yeah.
plus the physical aspect, the
Mm,
fear, the control, getting over the
yes,
manipulation, and reclaiming my voice, coming back to
yes.
who I am, and figuring out who am I
Oh,
after going through all that.
same,
And
same.
so, that when you rebuild your confidence and figure out who you are. And I forgot too, when I was talking, next Saturday, which I
Oh,
put the link
that's
in the
right.
comments, I am
That's right.
having a confidence reset online 90-minute session. Activate your confidence so you can reclaim your power,
Absolutely.
reclaim your voice, step into 2026 powerful, because we all go through periods where our confidence, our
Mm-hmm.
self-esteem gets
Mm-hmm.
broken.
Oh,
We shrink ourselves to make others
absolutely.
comfortable, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be because of a narcissist or being abused, just life itself. And so sometimes we need those tools and things to help us get back on track. And we are not going into 2026 the way that
No.
we're ending it, and not saying that you're ending it in a bad way, but there's an opportunity for you to go into
Yes.
2026 even better than you are right now, and that's what we're getting ready to do.
That's our goal.
Yes.
Absolutely. With more
Yes.
knowledge. And imagine, guys, imagine listening to Michelle next week and starting 2026 with a different mindset. Imagine that.
Mm,
You're going
mm.
to be a fighter and a winner and a survivor. You already are a survivor. And guess what? I told Michelle earlier, this is your sign. This is your sign right now. You're listening to this. And guess what? Your healing is starting. God is hearing you. I want you to know that your prayers are being heard by God, and this is your sign. And your breakthrough is coming. But you got to hold
Yes.
firm. You got to stand firm and hold on tight.
That's right.
But don't give up.
And
Trust
don't
me.
give in.
Don't give
Yes.
up and don't give in. Absolutely. Thank you for saying that,
Yes,
Michelle.
yes.
Stay strong, you guys. I love doing this every Sunday. If you guys have any questions, please hit us up. We will get back to you. Join us again next Sunday. Join Michelle on Saturday. What time, Michelle, on Saturday?
11 a.m. Eastern, and I put the link in the comments. And if you don't follow me, come along and follow me. I have dropped
Yeah,
these meaningful moments of power
yeah,
every single day, just like Jade said,
absolutely.
because we've all been through things. We've all been
Absolutely.
through things in life. Whether somebody wants to admit it or not, we've all experienced periods where we've been
Absolutely.
broken.
And like Michelle said, it's just not for people that's been through narcissistic abuse or domestic
Mm-mm.
violence or anything. Before this happened to me, like I said, my kid has a disability and 32 surgeries. I wish I knew Michelle then too. You know? So don't make that mistake, y'all. Make sure you sign up, and I'm sure it's going to be transformative, and you're going to walk out of
Yes,
there feeling empowered.
yes.
Absolutely.
Not gonna
And
feel the
thank you,
same.
Michelle. Thanks for
Yes,
coming. Again, this is
always.
Kill Shot
The
Sunday. I got you, boo. I know what
Say
happened.
okay,
I know
like
what
yes,
happened.
yes, yes.
Thank you guys for showing up. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you next
Thanks.
week and have a
Have an
fabulous week.
amazing week, everyone. And
Thank you.
remember, the world needs each and every one of
Woo!
you.
You're a survivor.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.